Azure Resource Graph through example session. My name is Alexander Nikolic. I'm a PowerShell and Azure trainer. I'm also Microsoft Azure MVP and Cloud and Data Center Management MVP. I'm one of the co-founders of PowerShellMagazine.com, the site that covers everything about PowerShell. You can find me on Twitter as Alexander. So, what do we want to accomplish here? We want to gain some insights into our Azure resources so that we can effectively govern our subscriptions. We want to explore the resources quickly and efficiently. That focus is actually on that quickly thing, because there are other ways to do stuff, but then you will need to spend more time to get it. We want to ability to query at scale the resources that we have, to do that across the set of subscriptions that we have so that we are not constrained on just a single subscription, because very rarely you will work with just one, especially if you are enterprise. And we want to track changes that are happening to our resources and their properties. So the answer to all that is actually a feature called Azure Resource Graph. You might ask yourself, do I already use Azure Resource Graph? And if you think no, think twice, because actually when you go to Azure Portal and you do any kind of a search using the portal search bar, you are using Azure Resource Graph without knowing it, because the search bar is powered by Resource Graph. Also, the new Browse All Resources capability is powered by the Resource Graph. If you're working with Azure policies, they have now in preview a feature for change history that it's able to track the changes in the last 2 weeks. Okay? So all of those things are powered by Azure Resource Graph. How does Azure Resource Graph actually work? It's based on an Azure Resource Graph query language, and that language is then based on the Custo query language. So all the data that we can query are organized in a couple of tables. So the first one that they started it's called resources, and most of the resources are in that table. Then recently they introduced a couple of new ones. We have a resource containers table that contains information about your subscriptions, about your resource groups. Then we have alerts management resources table that contains information about alerts. And we have security resources that will give you access to the resources from Azure Security Center. Okay? So if you want to run Azure Resource Graph query, you can do that in a couple of different ways. Probably the easiest one is to use Resource Graph Explorer in Azure Portal. One of the best things there is that once when you have your results, as you like them, you can pin them to the real-time dashboard and create a really powerful, customized dashboards that you can use to get all the inventory about your resources. You can also use Azure PowerShell if you prefer to work with the resource graph from a command line. To work from the PowerShell and the resource graph, you need AZ Resource Graph module that it's not part of the AZ modules. So you need to install it additionally for now. Maybe that will change, but for now you need to install it from a PowerShell gallery using command install -module and then provide the name of the module az.resourcegraph. If you work with the Azure CLI, then there is extension there. Extensions in Azure CLI are like modules for Azure PowerShell. So in Azure CLI, there is extension called resource-graph that you can add using command az extension add --name resource-graph. Once when you have that, the commands for working with the resource graph are exposed to you. Actually, only one command for now, but that one is quite powerful. And the best things of all is that the queries that you will use are the same in all those ways to connect to resource graph. If you use Azure Portal, that query that is written there is absolutely the same one that you will use with Azure PowerShell or Azure CLI. We have two different kinds of queries. We have a private queries, and we have a shared queries. If you save your query as a private one, it will be saved in the settings of the Azure Resource Graph Explorer. And it will be available only to you. But if you save your graph as your query as a shared query, it will become a resource that goes into a resource group, and then using RBAC permissions, you can assign to different members of your team access to those queries, and those queries will be shared between the team, which is really powerful. And what's really good is that the shared queries are actually the resources that you can query with the resource graph queries. You will see that in a demo, how powerful that is. So let me switch to a demos, because that's the best way to learn about the things. So what I will do now, first, I will show you how to explore the virtual machines and their operating systems using Resource Graph. Because probably you might be interested to know the distribution of operating systems between your VMs. How many Windows VMs you have, how many Linux VMs you have, and Resource Graph can help you with that. So let me clear screen here first. And one of the first queries that you will try, and actually people usually use this one to check if everything is actually set up properly, is that you will target your resources table and then pipe that to summarize count to get the number of resources that you have in your subscriptions. So I will run this, and you can see that in my subscription right now, I have 263 resources. So those are the all resources, but I'm only interested in the virtual machines. So I need to filter that further using where and pointing to a type, Microsoft.compute virtual machines. Sometimes when you use the where part, you will see that they're using equal sign, and that's case sensitive. So to make it case insensitive, you need to use equal and then tilde. Okay, so be aware of that. It's kind of easier because you can not always know how to properly spell and capitalize what you are querying. So here I'm focusing only on virtual machines, and then I'm counting to see how many of them I have. And you can see that I have 20 virtual machines here. Further, I can continue now and focus only on one that it's called lon CLI1. If I do that, what I will get are actually the properties of that virtual machine. Information about the hardware profile, OS profile, the resource group where it is, and all of that. So I can continue really here and pipe that to get member, the PowerShell command, to investigate what kind of object I got returned with this query. And when you use it in PowerShell, what you get back is actually a custom object. So original JSON string that comes is converted into a custom object. If you use Azure CLI to do the thing, then as a result, you will get the JSON string. So now that I know that, I will investigate a little bit more and expand the property called properties to see what's there. If I do that, you can see that I have a storage profile, hardware profile, and all of those. And one of the things that I'm interested in is OS type, right? So now that I continue with exploring, I can see the properties variable now contains storage profile, subproperty, OS disk, subproperty, and finally the OS type. So that's the one for this machine that it's Windows, okay? So what I need to do now, I need to kind of the knowledge that I have now embed in my query to find out how many Windows and Linux machines I have. So the next step will be, and this is an example of how to run the same thing with and investigate the AZ CLI. I will kind of skip the command for now. And build this search AZ graph, where type is virtual machines, summarize count by OS type. And I will do this conversion to string. So if I do this, you will see that I have 6 Linux boxes and 14 Windows boxes, right? I'm not happy right now with the column names, okay? So there is a way to also modify that and customizing to your liking. So I will kind of continue here and use a project command to say OS equals all this, because OS is the name of the column that I would like to see. And instead of count underscore, I would like to see it, total. So if I run this, what I will see is this, OS and total, right? So you see that the experience from a PowerShell here, but I told you first that it's kind of easier to do it first and investigate in a portal to get those dashboards and stuff. So here, you need to work with a Resource Graph Explorer. And this is what you get if you ever work with the Azure Monitor or Log Analytics. You are pretty much familiar with this interface. Here you will see the tables that are exposed. If you go further here, you will see that you can work with the subscriptions and the resource group, for example, in this table. And it can help you to kind of start. So for example, here, even when you have just the name of the table, you can run a query and get results about all the subscriptions and the resource groups that I have. Once when you continue to work here, you will get to the point that you don't want to repeat everything that you do, so you want to save those things. And I have a couple of those saved already, and show you that when I click on Open, I will get a list of private and shared queries that I can use. So usually this works without any issues, but right now they have some problems. So first you get the private queries. Those are the ones that are created by me, available only to me, and are part of the settings of the Resource Graph Explorer. I have a bunch of them here. Let's pick some, okay. Let's pick this one. Oh, this is kind of advanced. Here's the one that is looking for the resources with the tag Azure Cloud Shell. Okay, so every time when you create a Cloud Shell, resources that are part of that have that tag. So if I run it, you can see in results that I have in this subscription 3 Cloud Shells defined. Okay, so that's kind of a very, very useful. The things that are also super cool is that you actually have those shared queries that are available to team members, not just you. And you can control who can do whatever it wants with it. Once when you have your query defined and you get the results, you can pin results to the dashboard. So let me show you how that looks like when I open a dashboard. You can see here the Azure Inventory dashboard, that it's completely powered by Resource Graph queries. So every single thing that you see here is the result of a query. So I have here information about my all resources, then compute inventory section, storage inventory section, networking, SQL, and web app. The really cool thing here is also that when you look at the chart, if you click on it, you will now have a way to modify it if you're not happy with the results, how they look like. You can then open this in the Explorer graph and continue to work it there, and maybe save it and make it shared so that other people can use it as well. Isn't that cool? Really, really nice stuff. Very well organized with lots of possibilities. So let me continue again here from a command line to show you some of the examples. We will not run all of them, but there is a way, for example, to get all the unsigned IP addresses. Can you think about any other way to get that information quickly without Resource Graph? It will be kind of hard to do that. Then you can get, for example, information about all the VM sizes that you are using with your VMs. Filter that to only get the sizes with the Linux operating system, for example. You can get information about all the location that you are using in your subscriptions. Very valuable information, really, right? It's hard to get this quickly without Resource Graph. I have here one example to show you how we needed to work first, and then they improve that a lot. So the task here is to get information about all the public IP addresses that are used with your VMs. So before they introduced a join keyword that can join different tables in a resource graph, what we needed to do is, let's say for PowerShell, you will need to have some intermediate savings of the data into files and then combine two files, one that contains information about the NICs and one that contains information about the IP addresses, and then to kind of correlate those things and get results back. So just to show you, if I run this in PowerShell, what the results look like, I should have 7 public IP addresses with my VMs. Now that they introduced the join, we can use just one query and get the same results. When you look at it, you might be a little bit afraid and intimidated because it's quite large, really, and pretty complicated. But the point is, like, you will kind of master this, how you start working more and more with the resource graph, and you can see here that with just one query, you can get these results. Also, I think that the goal of all this is to start sharing publicly on the GitHub repositories the queries that people are creating, so that we can, as a community and a Microsoft, share very useful queries so that you don't need to discover something that it's already done by someone else. Okay? Some of the Microsoft MVPs started doing that already. I had a discussion yesterday with the resource graph team and portal team, actually providing some ideas how the shared queries can be put on a public GitHub repo in some of those repos owned by Microsoft in Azure, and they can then in a portal actually get that data in and reuse it. That would be super cool, really, right? And we can also contribute. You can also see one trick that it's kind of cool for a PowerShell, that you can format your query as a here string. And you can really just copy-paste this into a Resource Graph Explorer. It will just work. So let me run this to define the variable and run the query. And if everything works, we will get the same 7 public IP addresses. Okay? One more thing that I was really interested to investigate was, if the shared query is now exposed as a resource, maybe I can get the actual query code and reuse it in my PowerShell and Azure CLI commands to work with it. So what I did is I ran Azure CLI command to get the information about all the shared queries that I have. And the results that I have is like a table here. So I continued further and said, like, okay, I have those queries that are the name of the query that exposed the other shared queries is shared resource graph queries. And if I run this and put it to a variable, I may get actually a code. So I did that, and then I look at the content of a variable, and it looks like I got a code, but I got some additional empty lines. So to fix the problem, I joined that using a join command, and now my query, it's much better. This is how it looks like. It's just one line of code properly piped the different commands. So now I can use this variable that contains my query to use Azure PowerShell and get information about my shared queries, or I can easily use Azure CLI using the same variable to get the same results, but this time formatted as a JSON string. When I look at all this, I think, wait a minute. It would be kind of cool to create a function that can give me that information, and then I can pipe that just as specify it as a value to a search AZ graph. So this is what I did. I created a function called getSharedQuery. Let me define a function. Then I said it would be even cooler if I can use a tab completion to get the list of all shared queries I have. And I use something called argument completers to get that. So I define a script block that I'm passing that gives me the names of my shared queries. Define this argument completer that you will put in your profile script. And once when you want to use it, this is how you will do that. CLD. So you will say get shared query, and when I press tab now, what will happen is I will go to the list of my shared queries. Isn't that awesome? So I'm reading this directly, dynamically, from the Azure, from the Resource Graph Explorer things and all the same base, right? So here I have this, and I will store that into a variable called query, run it. So now this query that you see on the screen is also inside of a variable query, and I can run search AZ graph to get the number of Linux and Linux VM that I picked from the shared queries resources. Right. It's pretty cool. So that will be the last demo that I prepared for you. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the show.